Welcome to 30-Minute Pilates with Lise. We're going to be focusing today on our legs, and I will show you modifications, but obviously listen to your body, and anything that is not comfortable for you, you please modify on your own. We're going to start with breathing. I'll be facing sideways today. You want to sit in a position that's comfortable for you. You may sit crisscross applesauce. You may sit with your legs apart, however you're more comfortable. I like to sit with my legs apart. It takes the stress off my hip flexors. We're going to place our hands on our lower abdomen and just allow the action of that weight of our hands to drop our pelvis down. We're going to close the front of our ribs, and we're going to feel our shoulders drip away from our ears. We're going to breathe into the back of our lungs without allowing our diaphragm to go forward. So breathing into the back of the body. And on the exhale, imagine the front of the body is sinking down, and there's space in our vertebrae as we get taller. And again, inhale. And as we exhale, think about space between the vertebrae, cushiness in between our vertebrae, and the front of our body sinking down. And again, inhale. And on the exhale, imagine the center of the body is like the center of an hourglass. As we get taller, 2 more like that. Sometimes when I breathe, I like to shut my eyes so that I can visually see what's happening inside my body, even though we can't really. It's just an idea. And 1 more time like that. And as we exhale, feel length in our back. Maintaining length in our back, we're going to change positions to all fours. So for a little spine warm-up to begin, placing the hands right underneath the armpits with the first finger forward and the hands spread. Knees right under the hips. You're going to draw the belly button up and lengthen your spine. From here, take a deep breath into the back of the lungs. And on the exhale, round the spine, starting at the tail, dropping the tail, lifting the belly, allowing the head to fold down. Take a deep breath there. And on the exhale, reverse it, sending the hips back and up, as you pull the chest forward over the wrists and allow the chin to reach for the ceiling. And again, exhale as you round the lower back, trying to keep equal pressure down through the knees and the hands. Inhale, release the tension in the neck. And on the exhale, send the hips back and up. Without scrunching into your lower back, try to elongate your abdominals and stretch. 2 more times. Exhale, round the spine. Try to find space in your vertebrae as you deepen and widen the back. And then exhale, lifting the underside of the body to support the back. 1 more time. Exhale as the knees go down. The abdominals lift up. The heel of the hand presses through the floor. And then release the opposite way, pulling the belly in. Find your neutral spine, draw the abs up. Take 1 hand forward and take the other hand even more forward in front of that. Shoulders are twisted, hips are stable. Exhale and reach back as you stretch the opposite part of the body. Take a deep breath in and round the spine, coming back up to cat. With your hands one in front of the other. And again, sit both hips equally back to both heels as you stretch. And then exhale, round all the way up. Come back to neutral spine. Switch sides. Opposite hand forward. And on the exhale, try to reach back. So we're trying to stretch one side of our body as we lengthen, and then try to feel equal on both sides of the body as we round up. And again, exhale as we stretch, lengthening our body and reaching back. And exhale as we come up. Coming back to neutral spine, bringing the hands back underneath us. 1 more cat, cow, to breathe into our back. See if we can get a little more length. And then release the opposite way to stretch. From here, we're going to transition onto our back, swinging the legs around. Once again, you want to make sure that your feet, your knees, and your hips are all lined up. And you can just roll your body back down onto the ground. Finding your neutral spine, a little space in the lower back, making sure there's space in the back of the neck and the head is resting gently on the floor. We're going to take our arms to the ceiling as we inhale and allow the arms to extend to the ears, no lower. On the exhale, bring them back up, fold the body over, draw the belly down, and reach the arms long. Grab the hamstrings and deepen. Pull your legs up to tabletop, place the legs down, release the arms and stretch. Inhale, arms up. Rotate the shoulder blades down the back. Exhale, arms to ceiling, chin to chest, folding forward as you stretch. Grab the hamstrings, deepen. Allow the knees to float up. Place the feet back down, release the body, and stretch 2 more times. Inhale, arms to ceiling, rotate overhead. Exhale as they come up, chin to chest, drop the belly down and stretch forward. Grab the hamstrings, try to deepen that lower back. Reach the legs to tabletop, place the feet back down, and relax. 1 more time. Feel that rotation of those shoulder blades rolling down the back. Feel the abdominal wall sinking towards the mat. Allow the top of the body to fold forward. Grab, deepen, bring it up. Beautiful. Stay there. Extend one leg and hold on to the other. Now, options here. Thigh, opposite knee, and hip, or opposite knee and shin. Or just grab both. Whatever feels better for you. So we're going to alternate and switch. Now, the whole time we do this, we try to keep our eye gaze on our bottom leg. Option for you is to extend one leg higher, right? Keeps your lower back down, drawing the belly in, feeling that connection in your back. Let's try 2 more, feeling the abdominals lengthen, and 1 more. Bring the legs back in and relax the body down. We're going to make that just a little bit more challenging and try to do it with no arms. That's always a challenge. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, round the body up. Bring the elbows forward slightly. Take one elbow back as one leg extends and twist. Come back through the middle. Exhale to the other side as you deepen. Now, what I like to do is go in both directions simultaneously. So that means that one elbow is crossing, the other elbow is reaching back at the same time. So I'm not collapsing, but I'm trying to deepen the abdominals back as I slide one leg out and in. 1 more. In. Come center. Relax. Place those feet underneath you. We're going to go into a little single leg bridge without articulation in our spine. I'm just going to move down a little so I have a little more connection into the mat. So I'm going to use my back leg and make sure that my heel and my hip are connected. My front leg is going to be in tabletop. We want to maintain stability across my pelvis. Push down through the hands and the bottom heel and glute. On the exhale, try to just lift the hips straight up. Take a moment to find that position and then lower straight down. So there isn't really any articulation in our back. We're just trying to push through our heel and take those hips up to the diagonal, activate the glute, and release as we come back down. So this is great strengthening work for our hip, our hamstrings, most importantly, our quadratus lumboris. So breathe into our back, push the shoulder blades down, push the palms down, sink the belly, feel the ribs soften, and release. Let's try 3 more. Push down through the foot, lift the hip, lower, and release. 2 more. Press down, lift, and 1 more. I'm just going to move my leg a little. Press down, lift, and lower. Place that foot down, take the other leg straight up, give yourself a little hamstring stretch. You may soften your knee if you like. Just feel that heel reaching back and feel that other foot dropping down and breathe into that stretch for a moment. And then when you're ready, bend that leg tabletop. Bring the other heel in. Try to find that connection. Without changing your pelvis or hips, just try to push down and lift. Take a moment to breathe. And exhale as you come down. And again, inhale. So try to find that connection of the underside of the body working. Yeah, the front of your body dropping, press, and lower. With control, feeling your whole foot and the bottom flat on the floor. 3 more. Press and lower. 2 more. Push down and lower. 1 more. Press and lower. Place the other leg down, lift that leg in, give it a hamstring stretch. You may soften your knee, try to drop your sit bones down. You may stretch the heel up, whichever feels better for you. Take a deep breath in. Extending both hands down, extending both legs up. You may do Pilates first with your heels touching or parallel. We're going to open our legs, flex our feet, point our feet, and close them. And again, open the legs, flex, point, and close. Now try to keep your neutral spine. Try to drop the belly and feel the front of the ribs come together. We're going to open, flex, point, and close. 1 more. Open, flex, point, and close. This time, open shoulder width apart. Circle down to your tailbone and come straight up. And again, open. Circle down to the tail. Come straight up. Now, try to keep the ribs down. Try to keep the back wide. And I like to imagine that I'm feeling width across my lower back. Let's try 1 more that direction. You may flex or point your feet, whichever feels better for you. Reverse it. Take the legs down. Open, circle in front of the belly, and close. Reach down, open, circle, and close. Now try to drop the lower back, drop the ribs. 2 more. Connect the legs, working together. 1 more. Ooh, that was rougher than I thought. Good. You're going to take your top leg. You may bend it if you need to, or keep it straight. You're going to reach for your calf or your hamstring. If it's bent, it's fine. You're going to soften your chest, bring your chin to your chest, and then lower the other leg eye level. Scoop out the abs. Take the top leg and pulse your head towards your leg for 3, and 2, and 1. Stay there, switch. Other leg, pulse 3, and 2. Now there are several ways you can do this. Some people like to pulse the leg back and give them a little hamstring activation, right? Or some people like to leave the leg and pull the upper back towards the leg. Or you can do a little of each, right? Find the part that works for you. The key is feeling flatness across the back of your pelvis, deepness in the front of your rib cage, and a little hamstring length and flexibility as you go into that movement. And 1 more. 3, and 2, and 1. Bring the legs up, bend the legs. Nice. We're going to rock and roll up to a seated position. So, to warm up our body a little bit, we're going to place our legs in a long bent position. I'm going to use the back leg so you can see what's going on. We're going to hold this leg. We're going to walk our hands down this leg and flex the bottom one as we roll back. Now you may either leave the bottom leg bent or you may straighten. We're going to stretch the bottom leg straight. If you can, you may point or flex the top leg. We're going to circle the top leg across the body, around, and in front of the hip. Now, as we do this, you want to stabilize the bottom leg. You want to stabilize it by feeling your foot, your heel, your hip, and your rib in one line into the floor. When you get to the top, you're going to bend that bottom leg. I'm going to flex my foot for a change. As my leg goes down, my arms are going to reach for my leg, and I'm going to walk my body back up to a little single leg teaser-ish. We're going to go back down. This is just sort of my version of a single leg teaser, pulling the leg with you. This time we're going to go the opposite direction. Remember, you may leave the bottom leg bent, or you may straighten it. It doesn't matter, whatever you do, you want to make sure that the pelvis, the hips, and the ribs are in one line. We have 2 more, and it does not have to be a huge circle as you go. You just want to make sure that you're stable. Bend the bottom leg, take the top leg, you're going to reach it down to your other knee. Ooh, draw those abs in and walk up. That was a little more challenging than I thought. Good, so try to find that position. Start off, shoulders down, belly in. Extend that leg up. I like to flex it just to give myself a little bit of a challenge. I'm going to roll down. Remember, you can keep that bottom leg straight or bent. Top leg straight or bent slightly. Press the palms down. Circle the leg across the midline. As it goes out to the side, think about that opposite hip as staying stable. And again, across. Now we might have one leg that feels better than the other. I know for me, this is my weaker side. So I like to put, if I don't have a mirror, and I can't look at it, I like to put my hand on my hip and my rib to see that I'm as stable as I could possibly be as I go around. Bending that leg, take that top leg, I'm going to reach down as I walk my hands back up and try to maintain that position. One more time, exhale, roll back down. Bring the leg up. Remember, you can keep it bent if you prefer. Across the midline and up. So if you're keeping it bent, we don't want any wiggle jiggle in that bottom leg, right? That bottom leg is going to stay stable as we move it around. One more. It's harder than it seems. Take a deep breath in, and that leg is going to go down as we walk our body up to meet it. Beautiful. Just take a second to stretch out over your legs. You have the option of maintaining a flat, straight spine, or if you want to pull the body forward and drop your head, rounding your spine. It's up to you. If you want to put your hands behind your head, that's fine. Just take a moment to stretch out your back and your hamstrings. And that was a lot of work on both of those for a second. We're going to come onto our stomach to work our legs from the back. So in this position, you may have your legs together in Pilates first with your heels touching, or if you have lower back issues, allow the legs to be a little bit wider. It's your choice. You're going to press your elbows next to your rib cage with your palms next to your chin. Draw your belly button off the floor, press your shoulders down your back, pull your chest forward, put a little energy into your elbows, and feel those shoulders roll down your back as you pull your hands down and lengthen the chest forward, and then come back down. So it's a very small little cobra in your upper back. And again, draw the shoulders down, draw the abs in, feel the front of the thighs push down, feel the chest, and use your hands to push down and pull your chest forward, right? So it's not so much an up action as it is a forward action out of your lower back as you stretch. And let's try one more like that. Shoulders down the back, abs in, legs connected. Now I don't know about you, but when I lift my upper back, I tend to forget about my legs. And we want to keep that action engaged. You may place the hands underneath your forehead, draw your belly in. Without changing your hips or pelvis, we're going to extend one leg out and lower down. So the idea is that there's no rocking and rolling in our pelvis as we do this. You want to drop the shoulders down, draw the belly in. I'm lifting my head so you can hear what I'm saying. And if you're more comfortable that way, you can do that as well. So I want you to think about the leg that's not lifting as pushing into the floor to free the other leg, yeah? So there's a connection from your heel to your glute as you free that leg. And then take a moment to just come back into child's pose, relax your head down, and just hold that stretch for a moment. So take a second to just come into a little down dog. place your hands down, flex your feet, and push your heels down, just to give your hamstrings a little stretch before we go into some leg pulls from the back. And I'm gonna give you 3 options for those leg pulls for the back. So this is just a little hamstring stretch we're doing here, just to try to find that in our body, and then come down. So the 3 options for leg pulls to the back are the position we were just in. And when we do leg pulls, you want to lengthen your spine, and you want a little active kick 3 times. That's in the position on your stomach. You have the same option of that position in a hover with your abs in and your spine long. You want to do a little kick without changing your back or your pelvis. You have the same option in a full plank position, drawing the belly in and a little kick. So you choose the option that works for you, and you can change it if you're not happy. We're gonna try to do 5 kicks on each leg, alternating legs. I say try because, see, right? We can only do what we can do. All right, so draw the belly in, find the position you're gonna use, lengthen your back, and then release one leg for 3, 2, 1. Place, renew, other side. 3, 2, 1. Now keep lifting from the underside of your body. Keep freeing the head and neck. And keep those abdominals wrapping around to your back. Try not to let the hips and pelvis wiggle jiggle. We have 2 more sets. Stay strong in the middle. We got this. We have 1 more set. Keep the underside of your body supporting the back. You may come to your knees in child's pose, or you may push back into down dog. And just take a moment to breathe. Because that's always a lot more than we think it's gonna be. At least I always think it's gonna be. And we'll come down to do a little side leg series. So, side leg series today. You may option to lie down on your arm with your hand in front of you. Perfectly fine. Other option is to have your elbow underneath your armpit with your bottom rib lifted, so we're not laying down like that, relaxed. We're trying to keep our spine long on a diagonal. You're gonna bend your bottom leg in front of you and take your top leg straight down, lengthen your spine. You're gonna just lift your top leg parallel to the floor, point the foot, flex the foot, and lower. Now the whole time you do this, you can put your top hand behind your head if that feels more comfortable. You can put it on your hip, or you can put it on the floor, and flex, and lower. Now try to lengthen your spine. Draw the abs in. See if we can create space in the back of our body. We have 1 more with our feet. Hold it here. We're gonna bend our knee forward over our other leg. Extend it forward. Kick it to the front and kick it to the back. Come back to center. Bend our leg. Now as we do that, we try not to have any movement in our shoulders or hips. Yeah, bend. Obviously your leg is moving through space, but you want to isolate that leg by trying to maintain quiet in the pelvis and the shoulders, yeah? Try to lengthen your head and neck out. I know that's always a weakness for me. And bend and stretch. I always try to like lift my head up, and that's not on my spine. And 1 more, because I want to look at it. Don't we all want to just look at it? And stretch. Good, bring it forward, tap the floor. Take a little rainbow up, reach it back, tap the floor. Take a little rainbow up, reach, tap the floor. Rainbow. Now as we rainbow, try not to let the rib cage collapse. Try to lift on the underside of the body. Try to feel the lungs lifting. Try to draw the belly in. We have 1 more. You're gonna hold it to the front, bend your legs. You may stay up, or you may come down for a little clamshell. Keep the heels connected, just lift the knee and lower. And lift the knee and lower. Now we try to maintain stability in our pelvis. We try to lift our waist off the floor. Feel our shoulders press down, our belly in. Clam. Just a little opening as far as you feel comfortable. in the top of your hip. 2 more to make 10. And 1 more. Take a little stretch. I like to do a little spine stretch right now. You can move my knees if you want. And just try to feel my hips reach down. You can roll onto your back. Take a little glute stretch if you like. Or my personal favorite is a little modified cow stretch from yoga. So I feel like if I cross my legs and pull my ankles towards me, I'm going to get deeper into those hip rotators that we just worked. And just give your legs a little release in that position, because that's a lot. That's always a lot more than we think it is. And we'll swing around to the other side. So once again, you can do the whole thing lying down on your arm if you choose, which is perfectly fine. Otherwise, set up your elbow under your armpit, bring your bottom leg forward, lengthen the top leg down, draw the abs in, try to find that length in your body, lifting the leg, pointing it, flexing it, and lower. Now try to keep the bottom side lifted, point, flex, and try to free the head and neck. Obviously, we have one side that's stronger than the other. I think for me, my bottom side is more stable, but the leg that's working is definitely more weak. I can tell. Last one. Up, because I keep speeding through it and I know that. Hold it here. Good. We're going to pull that knee in. Take it out. Bring it forward and then bring it back. And again, come center in. Lengthen out. Now, you can put your hand on your hip if that's easier for you. Since I have one leg that's so much shorter than the other, this is easier for me because I can't always reach the floor when my spine is long. Good. Now, I just felt myself moving my ribs around. So I'm going to concentrate on stabilizing my shoulder blades and my back. Yes, so I'm really using the abdominals here. Even though our legs are moving through space, right? It's the abdominals. One more. We got this because we're getting stronger every rep. And we come forward. We're going to tap. Little up and over rainbow tap. Over the hurdle. Tap, stretch, reach, tap, lift, and tap. So deep into the hip, tap. Trying not to sink, I just found myself sinking. No sinking. 2 more, she says, laughing. Last one, good, bend the leg, coming down. Making sure that even though we're lying down, we want to lift that bottom part of our body, flex our feet, a little clamshell, lift the knee up and down and up. Without moving the pelvis, trying to isolate, keep the ribs and hips stacked, belly in, space on the underside of the body, and stretch. Pilates is a process. It's not a product. I don't feel like we ever get to the end of it. Last one. We're always on the journey of trying to make it better. And just feel your little spine twist. At least I am. And it's always a challenge. Because at every generational point of your life, there's something else more challenging to do in it. Breathe into your hips. Try to soften your chest. And as in every class, I try to end with my hip flexor Pilates push-up stretch. I'll come this side this time. So coming into your child's pose, just try to soften your chest, try to soften your shoulders. Then engage your abdominals and lift them off your thighs. Begin to round your spine up and continue to stay round as you bring your hips towards your elbows. Unfold the upper body and try to find a beautiful plank position. On the exhale, lower the body down. Take a deep breath in and push the floor away as we come back up. Flex the feet. Try to reach the heels to the floor and find that plank. Now remember how we balanced if you did this version in leg pulls to the back. We're just going to try to balance. So just see if you can find it and then switch to the other side. See if you can find it, and switch. Now push the heels down, lift the hips up, Try to let the chest relax. Try to lengthen the tailbone up and keep the head on the spine. Heels reaching down for the floor. Stretch those calves. Lift the heels up to super high heel position. Bend the legs. On the exhale, bring your back leg forward. Or choose a leg. Lengthen that heel back. Try to lengthen your spine. And then allow that knee to find the floor. Front knee over ankle. Use your abdominals and your hands to bring your body up. Try to sink and sit into that hip as you feel that stretch. Option to stay. Option to push into your front thigh and just draw back slightly. Giving a little more lift to the sternum and the shoulder blades. Straddling your front leg, pulling the toes back. Try to square off your hips here. I know for me that's hard. And try to maintain a flat back. That's also difficult. So we don't want to be in our cat-cow position if we can help it. We want to try to sit our butt back, and that's where you're going to get that hamstring stretch. From there, we try to pull forward at the same time, which is a different stretch. Take the leg back, coming back, and we'll do that on the other side. Take a breath into the back of your body. On the exhale, expand the back of your body as you unfold the body towards the elbows. Lengthening from the tail to the crown of the head, and then allowing the body to slowly come to the floor. Abdominals lift up and the hands push through the floor to activate the shoulder blades to come back. Flex the feet and then send the heels down as you lengthen. Try to find that beautiful plank position. Can we balance? I don't know. Can we? We try to. And lengthen. And try not to hyperextend my knees. That's my challenge all the time. Lift the hips, press the heels down, drop the head. It's always a posture challenge in our life, I feel like, because we just unconsciously, habitually do things that aren't necessarily good for posture. Lift the heels high, bend the legs low, spring one leg forward, try to find the length and the stretch of that hip. And then allow the knee to come down. Use your abdominals to pull the shoulders back over the hips. Feel the shoulders roll down the back. Draw the belly in. Remember, you have an option of just doing a little chest stretch, if that feels better. Or you can hold on to your leg. Either way, try to maintain heaviness in your hips as we go. Hands down, toes come back, hips are square. Hips reach back and down, toes pull back towards the head. And just find that stretch. So it's really not about how low we can go, but how lengthened we can create in our back. How much length can we get of our hamstrings and our spine. And to finish off, we'll come into all fours, lifting our abs, flexing our feet, pushing our heels down, stretching the hips high, dropping the chest and feeling that stretch in our body. When you're ready, walk your hands back to your legs, softening your knees as much as you need to, engaging the abdominals up into your back so they're supporting your spine as you hang from the hips. And breathe into that stretch. Letting your neck relax, letting your shoulders relax, letting your body drop. When you're ready, let go of the elbows. Engage your abdominals. Tuck your head towards your tail and slowly uncurl your spine one vertebrae at a time. Lifting from the underside as the top side falls down the back of your body. Allow the shoulders to roll back. Draw the abs in. Allow the hands to reach overhead. Reach up and lift the ribs off the hips. Keep that length in your spine. Drop the shoulders down. Draw the belly in. And on the exhale, release the arms. And find that length of your spine. And thank you for joining me for Legs and Pilates.